Hey guys, it's Jordan. I'm finally sitting down and filming my tanning routine for you guys. I know this is long overdue. Sorry it's taken me this long. I just really wanted to make sure I'd nailed a routine that I know works and that like I love before sharing it with you guys, and I feel like I've done that. So just a little background, I've been tanning for probably like a couple years, so I feel like I can say I've tried my fair share of like products, different techniques, basically tanning disasters. I mean, looking back, not cute. So I guess I can say I've sort of got the gist of it, like I kind of know what I'm doing. I am by no means an expert, I just do it at home. It's like a hobby for me, and I guess I've just like trialed and errored and found something good. I will be covering everything in this video. There's kind of like 3 stages for me, so prep, tanning, and maintaining. So let's do this. First thing, and probably the most important, is prep. Now, I feel like this is the most important because it's kind of going to determine how your tan turns out, like the way it's going to look on your skin. It's kind of like the skincare portion, I guess. So I just jump in the shower and I'm going to exfoliate and shave. Basically do everything to make my skin like as soft as possible. I tend to exfoliate first. Now, usually I'm scrubbing off old tan because I'm tan pretty much 24/7, so I'm usually like in the shower like for real. But whether you have old tan to scrub off or not, you should still exfoliate because it's good to get rid of that like top layer of skin, like the dead skin cells, so you've got like fresh skin. That sounds really gross, don't it? But you know what I mean. When I exfoliate, I like to use these. These are just exfoliating gloves. These ones are from Primark and they're like £1 for 2. Honestly, I don't know what I would do without these. I don't use a scrub or anything. I literally just use these and I'll go like crazy on my body. I just scrub my skin in the shower for like a good 5 minutes just to really make sure I've, you know, got them dead skin cells off and that like gross fake tan. Then I'll go in and shave. I'm not really like an expert, like when it comes to shaving I'm like, ugh, it's a chore. I have really stubborn hair that grows back so quickly, like, but when I shave, I actually like to use conditioner because it leaves my skin super soft. But anyway, that's sort of just like the easy bit, I guess. What next? Then when I'm out the shower, the next thing I do is I moisturize. Now this is actually so important. It's kind of up to you where you want to like put this on your skin. So some people like to just put it in the areas where like tan can cling to, like knees, feet, hands, elbows, like the kind of dry places. Personally myself, I just smother my like entire body in it. But when I do that, I just like to leave my skin for about 15-20 minutes before I do anything else, just to really make sure this is like sunk into my skin. The good thing about this though is like my skin drinks it up. It doesn't take long for it to like go into my skin, which is good. I haven't even said what this is. This is the cocoa butter moisturizer. The best moisturizer I've ever used, hands down. This one in particular is the fragrance free one. It's for sensitive skin, so we can all use it. And that is pretty much it for like the prep, I think. Oh, by the way, I like to do all of this routine at night. I'm such a night tanner. I like to sleep in it. I just find it way more convenient for me. Obviously you can totally do this in the morning, leave your tan to develop and wash it off at night. That's cool, but this is just how I like to do it. So we are now on to the best part, the tanning part. So this is personally what I love to use when I tan. Nothing has ever beat this. Sorry about how gross my mitt looks. It just, it happens. My favorite tan that I've ever tried has to be Bondi Sands. Honestly, it's the nicest color, like it looks the most natural, like I've been on holiday kind of tan. The pigment in it, it just sticks to my skin, so I get a really nice color payoff. Everything about it, I just love it. So color wise, this one in particular hasn't been out for that long, but it's my favorite. This one is the Ultra Dark. And oh my god, it is the best. Of course, they do have other colors. I'm pretty sure they have a light to medium, a dark, and this one. So it is up to you. If you are a beginner, I would recommend the light to medium and then like build up if you want to, because you know, I feel like if you put this on instantly, you're gonna be like, geez. So like I said, the color of it's really nice. It's got that olive undertone. This one is a foam one, which foam ones I feel like they're the most easiest to apply because they usually, well, typically have a guide color. Basically when you're applying it, you can see where the tan is, so you can see if there's places that you've missed, and it's helpful. Smell wise, okay, now it says it has a coconut scent, which I kind of agree with, but when tan develops anyway, it naturally gets that like weird biscuity smell. And it kind of does that, like I'm not gonna lie. But like I said, I like to sleep in it, so it really doesn't affect me at all, you know. So I like to apply my tan with a mitt. I feel like kind of generic, everybody does that. And I just squirt a few pumps of this onto the mitt, and then I'll work it into my skin in circular motions. Just so you know, I'm not really afraid to apply this. I like squirt a good few pumps on each like portion of my body, but I like to be like super tan. So yeah, just work it in circular motions all over my body. Now in the cutaway, I know it looks a little bit crazy. It looks pretty intense. I know it might look a little bit patchy as well, but don't worry, that's literally just the guide color. As long as there's like darkness, like a dark color everywhere on your body to show that you've applied it everywhere, honestly doesn't matter because that will wash off. Now when it comes to places like my hand, I don't apply like direct tan to it. So what I mean by that is I'll tan my entire arm, then whatever excess is on the mitt, I'll go in and do my hand. The way that I have personally found to tan my hands is to have your hand in a fist or like a claw shape. I know that sounds really weird, but doing this, you're allowing the tan to get in like every single crease of your hand, like your knuckles and things, because tan could be missed there quite often. Then I'll take the mitt and focus it right in between each of my fingers, and then I'll go over the top of each finger. That way I get obviously tan everywhere. The reason why I don't go in with any more tan on like my hands and my feet is because they take to tan way more and they go a lot darker than the rest of your body. So yeah, this is something a little bit extra, but honestly if you want like a seamless tan, try this out. Going with a makeup brush, this one's just an oval one. I'm pretty sure this one is from eBay, but any sort of like buffing foundation brush will work. And I go in and buff out the places where tan can cling to a lot more. So wrists, elbows, hands, feet, knees, I think that's everything. But just take the brush and just go in circular motions on like those areas, and that's just gonna buff out the tan completely so there's minimal product there. Because for some reason tan tends to build up so much easier in those places, and then you get like these dark bits, and I'm like, Those are just the ways that I have found apply tan the best. So if you do find that sometimes your tan looks patchy or something, then maybe try out those few different ways to apply it and it could help you out. Oh, also, I like to take a baby wipe when I'm finished and just wipe my palms over just to ensure there's no tan on there. Maybe, you know, it's leaked through the mitt or something, I don't know, but I just do it in case. So yeah, once I have applied my tan, I'll leave my skin for like 10-15 minutes just to breathe, because obviously it can be quite tacky at first. And then I will just apply some loose baggy clothing and head to bed. Also, I apply a towel down on my bed and on my pillow, and then obviously I'm wearing loose baggy clothing because it will transfer. I think that's everything for tanning. Yeah. Now it's the last part, which is maintaining your tan. This is probably the part that's the most like to do, but it makes so much difference, it's worth it. So I jump in the shower every day to like at least wash my body, and when I do that I take the exfoliating gloves again and I'll just really lightly go over the top of my skin just to exfoliate like this smallest amount. I used to be so scared to do this portion because I was like, I'm gonna scrub off my tan. But I promise if you go in with like light pressure and just do it really quickly, it's fine. After your tan's been on for a long time and it needs to be scrubbed off, you kind of look like a reptile. Like your skin goes all weird, like it goes all like, you know. Oh my god, it's so funny. My boyfriend tagged me in this meme on Facebook the other day and it was of like a tiger roll. If you don't know what a tiger roll is, it's just like a bread roll. And it was like when your tan starts coming off and you're just like, that's just a tiger roll. Literally the funniest thing because it's so true. Basically what I'm trying to say is exfoliating gently like that would just help to ease that and not really let that happen pretty much. And then of course when I'm out the shower I moisturize every single day to keep my skin nice and hydrated. That's like the skincare portion on it, which is important because how nice your skin is how nice your tan looks on your skin. Does that make sense? And then the main part, which is what keeps my tan looking so strong and so like brand new. This stuff is a lifesaver. It just helps with the longevity of my tan. So this is the Bondi Sands. Can you tell I like Bondi Sands? This is the Liquid Gold Self-Tanning Dry Oil. Now, don't be put off by the word oil. I promise your skin doesn't feel oily or anything when you use it. It's kind of just like a water, to be honest. So I use this as what I kind of call like a tan topper. So basically, once your tan's been on for like 3 or so days and you're starting to lose that little bit of colour, you put this on, Bob's your uncle, you look tanned again. By the way, this has enough colour in it that you could literally just use this, skip the mousse, it looks bomb on its own, but because I'm extra and I like to be super dark, I prefer this as a tan topper. However, if you're a beginner, definitely stick to a mousse because you can kind of see where you're applying it. It's just so much easier. Whereas with this, it doesn't have a guide colour, so you do have to be like thorough when you're applying it. For me, you notice the colour in this like the next day. That's when it sort of shows through. And the great thing about this, guys, is you can apply this, it doesn't transfer, so you can put clothes on instantly, and you don't have to wash it off because the colour that like you get from it is the colour that you get. There's no guide colour, there's nothing to wash off. So how good's that? I feel like this is a convenient fake tan. Like if you're a busy person, you know, you've got places to go, people to see, this is good for that. Also, to let you know how often I like repeat this whole process, so if I just use the mousse and don't really use this as much, I have to like change my tan pretty much like the 7th day for sure. That tan has to come off and like be redone. But if I use this as a tan topper, I can go from like a week and a half to 2 weeks before I have to repeat the routine. Honestly, it just depends on how lazy I am. So yeah, basically every like week and a half I'll repeat this process, which might seem a little crazy and a bit like much, but honestly it comes naturally to me now. So that is my tanning routine video for you guys. I know it probably seems quite excessive and like I do a lot and it seems like a lot of effort, but I feel like tanning now for me is just like a hobby. Like I love to do it, and because I've done it so much, it's just like easy for me to do. I'm quick at doing it. Like the more you do it, the like easier it gets. So if you did like this, don't forget to smash that thumbs up button. It just lets me know that you guys enjoy this kind of content, and if you do maybe want to see a little bit more of me, I don't know, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. I think that is everything. So thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. I love you, and I'll see you all in my next one. Mwah.